Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well. I don't have fancy equipment, and sometimes I lay the cards out and I say something that I would rather not have said, and so I start the recording over. And somebody asked me the other day why a pre-read, and sometimes that's why. You know, sometimes I get the cards laid out here and I say something that, and I don't have fancy equipment, so I'm not able to backtrack and fix that. So here you go. Okay, we've got a Four of Wands here. We've got celebration, joy, and harmony. Freedom in marriage. Freedom from this tribe. You're at peace. This tribe is challenged because you're at peace. You're coming into a celebration and a joy, a domestic happiness. You're at peace and they don't have stability. They lost out on a Ten of Pentacles. They're confused. They have a lack of stability. They've and a financial failure. This explorer is confused. They're in a Three of Swords. They're heartbreak. They've been severed from their Ten of Pentacles. An explorer could be it could be a traveler within the globe, or it could be a time traveler. Or it could be another species masquerading as a human. Who knows? We've got here a Page of Wands in the upright. So there's excitement and freedom, a free spirit. You've also got a personality here. So somebody may have an excited personality. Their excitement. They got a free spirit, so they might laugh a lot. We've got a Seven of Pentacles here. So the intention and expectation is to be congratulated and rewarded for work well done. That was the intention and the expectation, but it looks like instead it wound up being a Five of Pentacles. So this personality could be an actor. It could be somebody who's been playing with information that the normal people don't have in order to gain a reward that didn't pan out the way they thought it was going to be. I don't know. We do have one individual here who's entering a domestic happiness and they're at peace. And we've got a Four of Swords here. So there's a renewal. There's a maybe a planning for the future to be a teacher. In the lens it's being looked through, we've got a Five of Wands in conflict. Their labor didn't work. Their labor, what they were working here for, this actor, what they were working here for, gave them a Five of Pentacles. Their labor didn't work. The conflict and competition that they were bringing, it didn't get them what they were expecting. It didn't get them the Ten of Pentacles. There could be a mental restriction here, or some form of restriction, negative thought forms regarding a home. Somebody's in victim mentality. They're hoping to gain a love union with somebody. The strength of two together because they're being haunted. So they need help with dealing with that. So they're hoping to gain a contract with somebody so that they can offload some of this curse or whatever. In the outcome, you've got a Star. So there is healing and renewal. You've got objectivity. Both sides of a situation are being looked at very closely. Both sides of love. Those who abuse love and those who actually love are being looked at, observed very carefully. Everything's being looked at very carefully. Whoa. So yeah, freedom. You've gained your freedom. You're coming into a reunion, celebration and joy, domestic happiness. Finally, this tribe did not grow. They didn't expand in consciousness or awareness. You're at peace. And they lost their Ten of Pentacles. They are in a financial failure. They have a lack of stability. They're not able to persevere. They're in a Three of Swords. They're upset. They're confused. They're an explorer, a visitor, somebody from far away. They might be in emotional pain, full of doubt. They were excited about gaining freedom or about being free. They were looking at limitless potential, and this actor was doing some work, and they thought their intention was to get rewards and to get congratulated, but instead they wound up in a Five of Pentacles. Oh, these ones just hopped right out of there. Ooh, they have no imagination, and they have to surrender their need to control. Or they're stuck in their imagination, or they aren't able to use their imagination. They don't know what to do. They can't come up with any solutions or some creative way out of this. They have to surrender their need to control. They're a personality. Their intention and expectation was to get congratulated and rewarded, but they wound up in a Five of Pentacles. I'm totally detached from this. Somebody accused me of taking pleasure in this the other day and sort of threatened me. So I'll just tell you, I don't take any pleasure in this. I'm reporting a story. I like to be happy, so sometimes I have a joyful lilt to my voice, and sometimes I laugh at the ridiculousness of it. But I'm detached from this. I'm not having any kind of emotional connection to the players here. I don't have to have compassion. I don't have to have any kind of connection whatsoever. I'm just the messenger. Somebody's in denial. So they thought they were going to get congratulated. They thought they were going to get rewarded for whatever they were doing with a lack of imagination. They're in a Five of Pentacles. They're insecure now. They lost. They didn't get the Ten of Pentacles. They're in a Five of Pentacles, and they're in denial. Something's being denied. I think that this person who is entering into this union and gaining their freedom twice, they are moving forward into the future. They're planning it on being some form of a teacher. And they don't regret anything that has happened. They have no regrets. The competition and the clashing of petty egos, whatever work that they were doing, it's not working. It failed. Oh my goodness. Wow, a whole bunch of cards just came out. Well, I guess 3 cards came out. They just jumped right out. So we got blame. They're blaming people. They're blaming others that that their ability to bring conflict failed. They're in grief that their labor didn't work, and they're under judgment. Somebody's having restrictions regarding the home. There's negative thoughts regarding the home. Somebody's in victim mentality or self-imposed restriction of some kind. They're feeling isolated in their home. It could be that the fact that this person who's gained their freedom, that they're living in a life of gratitude. They're thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And these ones are in fear. Whatever they were doing failed. This person remained in gratitude. This person remained in gratitude. So whatever they did failed. They're having problems with their home now. They're in fear. These lovers, it could be that there's a set of lovers here that are haunted. Maybe it's not just one person. Maybe it's a couple who are working together with the strength of 2 together, who are now haunted. They were attracted to those people who served their higher good, and they got themselves haunted. In the outcome, we've got a star here. Both sides of love are being looked at and observed very carefully. Loneliness. And it's all in what you do with it, right? You can be lonely, or you can know that you're never alone, even if you are alone. Health, happiness, and courage. Health, happiness, and courage. They're envious of your health, your happiness, and your courage, and your ability to see the lighter side of life, to just always remain on the lighter side. They're worried about your abundance, about your limit. You're a limitless being. You can manifest whatever you desire in this life, and they're worried about that. It's just wild to me how some people feel it's their life's mission to make sure that nobody ever achieves more than they. It's wild to me. Courtship. Freedom, freedom, courtship, reunions, domestic happiness, engagements. This tribe didn't grow. They didn't do any growth. They did some stuff in a family room, but they didn't do any, they're concerned. This false person is concerned over what they did in a family room. There's a coffin here. So they're not able to persevere through this 10 of Pentacles reversed. And you're at peace. This mature man is under adjudication. This explorer is in doubt. They're in a heartbreak and suffering great emotional pain over the loss of this money. They're confused and upset. They betray what? They feel betrayed. They're concerned. This actor was doing a whole bunch of work, feeling that they had limitless potential. They didn't have any imagination. They're an actor and they have to surrender their need to control. They're a false person. They're a personality. They're an actor. Their intention and expectation was to get rewarded and congratulated for their work. But instead they got a 5 of Pentacles and they got a denial. Main female. They have to surrender their need to control her. She's a star. And they've been trying to manifest off of her. They have no imagination of their own. She's planning for the future. She's going to be a teacher, and she has no regrets. She's high honor. Whatever they were doing in a family room didn't gain them sudden wealth. It didn't get it. They're blaming her. They're clashing with their petty egos. They're in grief. They're under judgment. The labor that they were bringing to bring conflict and rivalry failed. Yeah, toil and labor in reverse. The work their and labor reversed. Their all their work failed. They're restricted. They're having some sort of restrictions around the home. They're in fear. Yeah, and you got failure again. Failure. Somebody's here in gratitude, though. They're thankful for this life and the opportunities it presents. Privileged lady. There's a privileged lady here who's thankful for this life and the opportunities it presents, but there's somebody else here who's feeling isolated and restricted regarding a home. They're in fear. Whatever they were doing against this privileged lady who is just living a life of gratitude, minding her own business, failed. It could be that these lovers were looking for a relationship with her because they felt that a relationship with her would serve their higher good. So this couple who is haunted was looking for a relationship with this privileged lady. A threesome, a third party situation. Like they wanted to offload their haunting onto her. And gain a house. They want to get with this privileged lady, offload the haunting onto her because she will serve their higher good and they can get a house. That's their intention and expectation. They're having difficulties with their home. Whatever they did failed, so they're going to come at it a different way. Or their hope is to do that. Or maybe that was their hope, was to get a threesome love situation, offload the haunting onto this privileged lady and gain her house. But instead they got mentally restricted around this home and they're in fear now because it failed. She's just over here minding her own business, living a life of gratitude, thankful for this life and the opportunities it presents. And she's got these people scamming and scheming around her. She's a star. She's sitting here just minding her own business. But somebody's looking at both sides of this love situation and observing very carefully this star energy, this great fortune. What are people doing? What is this community doing? They're getting a message of concern. Ooh, double whammy message of concern and coffin. It's over. It's over. There's expectation of a child or of a new beginning. And these ones are facing despair and imprisonment over your unexpected income. Wild man. Some people think that because they say, please don't do this, I will always know. You know, they think because they say please, that it nullifies the fact that they're also threatening you in the same breath. Isn't that weird? Some people are strange. They, you know, it's word magic. They think that if they say please, you know, and then tell you that they'll know if you do this or think that, that if they stick a knife in you, the fact that they said please and told you not to think that way or speak that way or have that much joy in your voice whenever you spoke about whatever you're speaking about, that it's okay if they stick a knife in your back because they warned you not to be so damn happy when you were reporting or speaking or doing or being. Problem is I don't recognize their authority. They haven't any here. They'll have to go speak to my divine and most high Father, the most high God, who's in charge here. They're asking for forgiveness. They didn't do the work to grow. They want forgiveness. They are not going to be able to persevere through this lack of Ten of Pentacles. You're at peace. This mature man is under adjudication. They missed their opportunity. This explorer is in doubt, very concerned about this disconnection, this divorce. They're confused and upset. They're depressed. They're depressed that you've gained your freedom. Freedom is here twice. You've got courtship and you've got marriage, a reunion. You're at peace. These guys are all messed up in the head because you're moving on. They've got secrets. They haven't told everything. They're depressed. This false person was excited about limitless potential. They have no imagination. They're an actor, and they have to surrender their need to control. They were trying to manifest something off of this main female, and they thought that it was going to bring them some sort of reward and congratulations. But instead, they wound up getting denied and Five of Pentacles. Unworthy. Overwhelmed. They might be overwhelmed because this main female is getting rewarded for persevering through whatever challenges they presented to her. They were denied. They got their Five of Pentacles, and she got Seven of Pentacles. And a congratulations. And she's entering a high honor position, planning for the future of being a teacher. She has no regrets over this hardship. She learned a lot, and she's going to be able to help a lot of people with this knowledge. Whatever these ones were doing in the family room, it didn't gain them sudden wealth. Oh, she's planning for the future, in renewal, high honor, teacher, has no regrets, has a soul tie that is reciprocal, equal give and take. Entering a soul tie that is reciprocal, equal give and take. Soon she can relax and not have to fight back for these people who want to take from her, who are blaming her, who are working hard against her, but all their work is failing. And they're in grief and under judgment for this conflict. Because she's walking into her destiny, into this new soul tie, into this beautiful reciprocal relationship, into her destiny. They're so upset. They wanted to hold her back. They're restricted. They're feeling restricted around the home. They're in fear. They failed to gain a relationship with this privileged lady. They wanted to take her house. They wanted to use her to serve their higher good. They're a couple. It's a couple who are being haunted here. and they are restricted, mentally restricted, and they wanted to come forward and get a threesome going with this privileged lady who lives a life of gratitude. They wanted to dump their haunting onto her and also live in her house. They failed, and they're in fear. They weren't able to cause any damage for her. They couldn't cause any damage for her. Revealed. They didn't reveal. They're not going to be able to neglect this woman. They're not revealing the truth. I just dropped my... Oh, we got a card down here. What does this one say? Oh, it's a surprise. Empathy. Both sides of the situation are looking at. Objectivity, love, observation. Both sides of a situation are being looked at. I'm sorry, I got to go find my finger tacky. It flew off the table. Okay, got it. We've got on the bottom of the, actually I need to pull another card here, but we've got that, responsibilities. Unfinished business. Loneliness. Somebody feels like they have unfinished business. They're lonely. They're confused. Confused. Their values are all about money. You're entering a union that is inseparable and that understands everything that has been happening to you. There's an understanding of what has been happening. And it could be that you're going to be able to escape it, coming into a commitment. Oh, some people complain about shuffling. Sorry, I shuffle and then I zone out and I'm kind of channeling. And so, pardon me. I know that some people complain about that, and it's just part of the process. If it bothers you, guess I'm not the reader for you. I can't change the way I do things because it would change the story and it would change my relationship with spirit. So, you know, I flow with it the way that I flow with it, and it's going to resonate with some and it won't resonate with others, and that's going to be completely okay. I'm okay with that, but you don't need to express your disdain or anything. You can just remove yourself and save yourself the agony. There's evidence of what these guys did, this tribe, and they're asking for forgiveness. They're struggling to get over the past. They didn't grow in consciousness. They didn't expand in awareness. You're coming together in a courtship. You've gained your freedom twice. 2 times freedom. And you're going to come into some domestic happiness in a marriage. It's a reunion. It's a celebration. It's joy. It's fate. It's fate. Predestined. It's weird that something predestined would have to have so much struggle around it. You're at peace, though. You're at peace. These ones, this tribe is in a 10 of Swords reverse. This mature man is under adjudication. They miss their opportunity. They're not going to be able to persevere through whatever it is they got going on. Third wheel party. Third wheel enemy. Enemy. Third wheel enemy. An explorer who's having doubts and concerns. They haven't told everything. Their secrets. They are disloyal. They're disloyal and they're confused why they've been divorced. That's so funny. Collaboration. They're having doubt. They're concerned about this collaboration, whatever it was they did. Or they're concerned about the unity of this courtship is going to bring. Like this is two people coming together, so it's a union of two families, right? So they're very concerned over this. They know what this star is. They know about this great fortune. They know about the manifestation potentials, limitless potentials with this. And so they're very concerned about this woman entering into a new union where these potentials will be moving into this new soul tie. All these soul ties that they tried to curse, they tried to curse her big time. They did curse her, but she's still... And it could be that it was his own wife. Somebody cursed their own damn wife. They're seeking apology now. They're wanting to apologize because justice is being served. Wow. And they're being cut off. They're being rejected by her alliances. They're like, you're done with her, man. You're done. You're not messing with her anymore. Stop. You have to surrender your need to control this. You lack imagination. You're unworthy. You're a false person. You're an actor. You were excited about gaining your freedom off of the petticoat of a star, off of her. You wanted to use her energy to put her in a 5 of Pentacles. You wanted to use her energy to put her in a 5 of Pentacles. And you thought you were going to get congratulated for it. And instead you got a mental disturbance. That's wild. And a 5 of Pentacles. You got denied. You're feeling overwhelmed now. I mean, like, is this just the same mental disturbance that they were working so hard to put on this woman to bury her so that they could gain? I mean, they were using her energy to do stuff to put her in a mental disturbance. And now they're stressed out because they've been denied. They didn't get congratulated. She got congratulated. She persevered through that challenge, this mental disturbance. These guys are found unworthy because they really did some nasty stuff, man. They ran out of time. They ran out of time. Everybody needs to get ready now for what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Well, it looks like this main female is getting rewarded for persevering through these challenges. She's getting congratulated. And it looks like those who challenged her are entering into a 5 of Pentacles. They got denied. It's like they were working to put her in a 5 of Pentacles, but what they were working so hard for is what they received. What they were working so hard for is what they received. So they couldn't curse the main female and they couldn't steal her real estate. She's coming into a family of care. Somebody who supports her. Somebody who actually cares for her. And these ones were not able to curse her or her real estate. She's got a new soul tie, an equal give and take, a high honor, reciprocal union, and they're planning for the future. She has no regrets. She's going to be a teacher. She's learned a lot through these challenges. And whatever they were doing in a family room did not gain them sudden wealth. They didn't reach their goals. Labor, toil and labor in the reverse. Clashing of petty egos, conflict. They're blaming this person for their own well-being. They're in grief and under judgment because she's entering into her destiny. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart who has earned merit. These ones fell into their own trap. She's entering her destiny. They fell into their own trap. They're under judgment, and they're falling into their own trap. The trap that they prepared for her is the trap that they're entering into. They were just daydreaming. So they're being restricted regarding a home. They're not able to cause any damage here. They're in fear. They failed to cause damage to the home of this privileged lady who's just living life thankful for this life. They're going to be confined for their strategy. These lovers are haunted. They're not telling the truth. They were using relationships for their own higher good. That's how they gained a house. They didn't neglect anything in this regard, and they didn't get lucky. They did everything that they could possibly do, and they didn't get lucky. So the star is here, who's a golden great fortune. Both sides of this love story are being looked at and observed very carefully. Empathy is here. Objectivity is here. There's loneliness. Somebody knows that they're never alone, but somebody feels that they have unfinished business because they look outside themselves to satisfy their loneliness. There's an accident here. Somebody's in danger. And we've got eternal love. You're entering eternal love. And they're in a nightmare. They're in a nightmare because they tried to rob you of your eternal love. Good news. You've got friends and family. You're coming into friends and family. And those who dominated you, you persevered through it. You persevered through domination. You persevered through domination attempts, and they're stressed out. You reached the top of the mountain. Queen or king of the mountain. And they're furious, and they're stubborn, and they're daydreaming about your pathway because they're facing homelessness. They got homelessness. They don't have a house. And they're haunted. And they're furious. They were daydreaming about taking your path. And you're just sitting there all happy, thankful for all the opportunities that life teaches you, even the nasty ones, because you grow stronger and more wise, and now you get to go teach. So with all of that, I hope this clarifies something that you already knew, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.